All right, we're standing here right now, second day of the InfoComm show here in Orlando, Florida. I'm standing next to David Drain, who's the executive director of the Digital Screenmedia Association. You've seen him from many interviews with us before. David, thank you so much for joining us. Always great to see you here. We wanted to see just exactly what's new going on with the DSA. We had some new announcements last time at CETW in April where Brian Ardinger took over as president, but since then, what's been going on?
Well, the main thing we've been working on right now is something called the Digital Signage ROI Calculator.
Oh, good.
And it's something that's been going on for quite a while. We've had an ROI task force that started with the Digital Signage Association, so this goes back about 2 years now. Stephen Nesbitt, who was with Reflect at the time, was chairing the task force, and then Matt Schmidt, the CEO of Reflect, kind of picked up the mantle. It's a lot of input from various people in our association, so people representing the advertising side, from Seesaw and PRN, from the screen side and things like that. So taking into account all the different aspects that go into a digital signage project and helping somebody through an Excel spreadsheet figure out how to achieve ROI.
Right.
And so it's a really great tool, and we're really excited to release it. It really helps people think about all those different components. We really tried to find the right balance between something that was comprehensive but not too complex, to make it difficult for people. So I think we found that right balance. It really asks people about, are they going to have any savings from not printing signs? What about training? What about sales lift? What about if there is advertising or sponsorship involved? It really takes into account, I think, about everything.
Okay.
And it gives people the flexibility to, if something doesn't apply to them, they just can not fill in that information. And it also gives people sort of some benchmarks of figures to use for costs, average costs of media players and screens, some of the hardware. Certainly takes into account the content. It's really nice tool. So our plan is to release this as a beta version to our members. I think we're maybe as early as next week.
Wow, good.
And we'll be asking for feedback from our members. Like I said, this tool has been vetted by the task force, but we want to get it out to a broader audience and give them about a month at least to try it out, put some of their projects into it, because what they could do is certainly take a project that they've already completed and plug those real numbers in there and see if it makes sense and what works and if there's any adjustments that we need to make. So
for end users and for a lot of people that come to visit our website, the ROI Calculator, once it's completed, once it's gone through the beta testing, seems like it'd be a great resource. There are obviously some core components to each digital signage project that's pretty much the same across that. And then there are often different variables. Is there anybody in particular who should definitely be looking at this once it comes out?
Well, I think everyone is going to benefit from it. Okay. I think the user certainly. If you're trying to deploy a project, you're trying to justify it, to see how can this investment in technology really pay off. It's the question everybody asks. What's my ROI? And I think the vendor community is really going to grab a hold of it because they're going to say, maybe we can help you. Because I think that especially if someone is fairly new to it, they may not know how to answer all the questions. But the vendors who live and breathe this stuff will be able to walk their clients through it and maybe kind of take a consultative approach in helping them come up with something that's realistic.
This is certainly very, very exciting. David, thank you so much. Look forward to it. I guess coming out next week to the members, and then after that we'll have to wait for it and see, but I'm sure we'll be able to make a video announcement for that too. Enjoy the rest of the show.